Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to thank you for coming. What we'll be doing now, I will tell you, is to give you a briefing of what's transpired and the limited questions and answer period. We will have the full detailed press briefing at 10 p.m. today, 10 a.m., sorry, and the location will be communicated to you, and on that occasion you could be able to get further information on and ask a bit more detailed question. So I just want to preface it, the press conference like that. As you know, Fly Jamaica flight departed, which is bound for Toronto, Canada, departed Guyana normally at 2 hours 10 past 2 this morning. At 2 hours 21 minutes, they indicated that the pilot indicated that there was some hydraulic problem, and he requested permission to come to return, and he did. He returned, of course, and he landed at 2 hours 53 minutes. So they were actually in the air for 43 minutes. On board the plane at the time of departure and arrival were 118 adults, 2 infants, and 8 crew. They have all returned safely and landed safely. There were 6 persons who suffered minor injuries. This is on landing or exiting the aircraft, and they have been carried to the hospital by the emergency services. Initial reports are that they're doing well. The injuries are back issues, mean somebody back, no, or back pains and those things like that. No reports of any broken bones or any such. When the pilot contacted the control tower about the situation, the control tower activated, of course, the fire department and the duty officer, who has a standard operation procedure. I'm pleased to say he followed that, the duty officers followed that efficiently. And as it is now, it is an active investigation site. So I'd ask you, I saw members of the media there already, but I'd ask you to respect that. This is like in any other investigation, the integrity of the site is required. As minister, we have designated an investigator in charge of the investigation. That has been designated, so therefore that investigator from the GCAA is in charge of the site until further notice. The NTSB of the United States has been informed about the accident. They have designated a accredited rep already. The details of that and how that process works will be explained at 10 p.m. today. 10 a.m. Yes, I'm still. The arrangements, Minister Ferguson, as I speak, who will probably come and give you an update before thing, she is now at the moment with the passengers. The responsibilities of housing and taking care of the passengers rests with Fly Jamaica, but Minister Ferguson is there providing some assistance and guidance and assurances on behalf of the government of Guyana that all that is necessary will be done. We have a hotline, which are numbers, which I give to you now, and I ask if you could publicize that for anybody seeking further information of any of the passengers on board. But the normal procedure is that Fly Jamaica will use the information you provide when you check in. When you check in, you notify them who's your next of kin or your contact person, and they will be contacting those persons. But if any family member has not heard from Fly Jamaica, You can ask them to call a hotline established by CJIA. The numbers are 261-2281 or cellular number 600-7022. I repeat that again, 261-2281. Of course, if you're calling from overseas, you have to preface that by 592, and then 592-600-7022. Well, generally, that is the information we have. The information on the crew, the composition of the passengers. They were passengers, Guyanese, Jamaican, Canadian, American, Pakistani, and Trinidadian. The GCA have started commencing notifying the respective governments. I think the USA and Canada would be, or if they have not been, they will be notified very shortly, and Jamaica. And so Fly Jamaica has also been notified, obviously, of the accident. The police and the Army are in place. The commissioner, you see, is next to us. We will be cordoning off the site, obviously, and ensuring that we can maintain integrity of the site. I know there will be questions of what happens next in light of the plane and those things like that. That will be communicated to you at our 10 a.m. conference. And finally, we have reopened the airport for the airstrip, the runway for limited use. So therefore, the planes that were scheduled to depart this morning will depart. They're just slightly late. The plane, the first plane was 5:35. I think it will depart shortly. And the planes that were designated to land, I think they will land on time. Well, obviously, the air traffic control will coordinate that landing. So basically, that is the extent of what we would like to add. We don't want to go into too much details because if we, at the moment, we are now gathering the details. I mean, this is a very important and serious incident. So that is why we have this briefing. We would hate to think there's any speculations. I want to say before that where the aircraft ran off, veered off, is about the exact same place where the Caribbean Airlines, maybe on the opposite side. So fortunately for us on this occasion that the extension was there, so they were able to utilize the extension, obviously. So previously, before the airport, the runway extension, they would have had suffered the same consequences that the Caribbean Airlines did several years ago. So at least one bright spot out of very gloomy and serious situation is that they were able to utilize the runway. The runway, the extended runway, I would like to make it very clear, was not opened. Even though it was completed, it was not open for airline traffic. But because it's there, they were able to use it. I think that DG, I think I covered most of it. If there's any other thing, I would like you to cooperate with the police, please. The issues, Minister Ferguson, when she comes back, she will brief you. She will be able to, or if not now, at the 10 o'clock meeting, the issues we're talking about, the passengers, their baggage,